YouTube family. So, boy, I am having a busy day, a busy weekend. Tons of stuff going on. So from moving dirt and building a pumpkin patch and 75 pounds of peaches I've got to can next weekend, and I still don't have all, I'm not ready for that. But every Saturday or Sunday, I take the eggs from my hens and I sell them at market. I have one buyer. I don't have a lot of hens. I may get anywhere from 6, 9, 12 dozen a week extra that my family doesn't use, that I sell, and I get $3.50 a dozen, which isn't bad. I have 13 hens, and I have Isa Browns, Americanas. Again, they're just in my backyard, and it's not a big place. It's less than an acre, less than a quarter acre probably. But for those of you who don't raise chickens and don't really know about eggs, which a lot of my followers already have their own hens and know a lot more about it than I do, what I've learned is what I'm going to share. So, first off, you don't have to have a rooster to have an egg. My neighbor actually asked me that. How can you have eggs? I didn't hear your rooster crowing. Well, you don't need a rooster to have an egg. You just need a rooster to have baby chicks. The second thing that I didn't know, but I have learned, is that eggs keep longer when they're not refrigerated. So here's how it works. When the egg comes out of the hen, it has what's called bloom. You can't see it, but it's there. And the bloom protects bacteria from entering the shell. It protects the yolk inside. When you wash the egg, you remove the bloom, and then you have to refrigerate. So they store longer, but if you leave the bloom on and just leave them at room temperature in your kitchen. So that's what I do all week, and then I wash them just before I take them to market. So that's what I'm doing. The other thing that I've learned is that when you wash an egg, your water needs to be 95 degrees. If it's not 90 to 95 degrees, what happens is when you wash the bloom off, the membrane on the inside at 90 or 95 degree water, the bloom will, the membrane inside will expand and cling to the inside of the shell, and that helps prevent bacteria from going in as well. So, 2 baskets of eggs. I don't keep count, so I don't have a clue how many I'm going to get. And then I have a bowl of 95 degree water, and then I'll have to change it out probably twice before I get all of the eggs washed and in the cartons. So right now I just set them in the bottom of the bowl. Now, all of them are sitting nicely on the bottom of the bowl. I don't know if you can see this, probably not. I don't want to pour the water out. But here's how you tell the age of the egg, or if it's still edible. Fresh eggs will always sit on the bottom of the pan of water. If it's something you need to eat right away, it will stand up on end. If it's rotten and you do not want to crack it, it will float. If you float an egg, throw it out, don't break it. Bury it in your garden, even better. Try this test with eggs that you buy at the grocery store. So an egg at the grocery store, the farmer who raises the hens and has eggs for production for the groceries, they have 30 days to get it in the cart. That means I could go out there and get eggs, and at the end, on the first of the month, and at the end of the month, then I've got to wash them and put them in. So I've got 30 days before it is. And then, once they're in the carton, they get another 30 days before they have to get on the shelf, for transport. And then, in the store, they have like another 30 days. So the eggs you're getting can be 2-3 months old. So if you notice, if you buy eggs at the store, even if they're organic, you buy eggs at the store, you put them in the water, getting ready to make deviled eggs, and they will stand up on end. I've rarely seen a floater, but they will stand up on end. And that's what drove me to think about wanting to raise hens in the first place. I know a company that actually raises for production, and it's sad. What they consider free range means they can have a very large, long barn or building filled with hens that are not restricted, but they're still overcrowded. And at the end of that building, they have a fenced area with one little door that goes out into the fenced area. But anyone who raises hens or knows anything about chickens knows that they become very institutionalized very quick. That's why you can put them in a coop when they're young, leave them in there for a couple days when you first get them, or 3 days, and they know exactly that's where they're supposed to go. So with these production hens, they're brought in, they're put into production. No one ever shows them the door at the end, you know. So even though it can be called free range, because it has an open area they have access to, doesn't mean they ever access it. So that's what I like about raising my own eggs. I know what the chickens eat, and mine are spoiled rotten. So let's get to washing some of these eggs, and we'll see how many we got. We used to call these peep eggs. Another thing to notice is most of your eggs, none of these have not been washed, and these eggs are clean. We did have a day or two of rain, so I've got 1 or 2 that might have like straw stuck to it. If you start seeing that your chickens are laying eggs that have poop on the egg, that's a good sign that your chickens may have worms or starting to get worms. So it's a perfect time to worm your hens. And some of these are so large they barely fit in the carton. I have weighed and measured them on occasion. These eggs run close to 3 ounces each, which is considered a jumbo egg. My Isa Browns are probably the best hens I've ever had. I love the way they are. Their attitude is great. They're not destructive. They're not noisy. Well, except when they lay the egg. So, and then it's like, I laid an egg! I laid an egg! You can just hear them screaming at you. I got to go see what they did. And then once I walk out there, they're like, aren't you proud? And then of course I'm proud. And then they get quiet. But they're just kind of like my kids. But, all right, guys. Well, this is going to take me a while. And then I will come back and let you know how many we ended up with. Okay, so that didn't take as long as I thought it would. Not as many eggs as I thought there were. I have 7 dozen eggs all packaged up and ready to go, and 7 eggs left over. The leftover eggs are going to actually be used today. I'm going to bake a cake, and the rest will probably be deviled eggs for dinner. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want more information, subscribe, hit the bell, and get notified when I make another video. If you have questions, just leave them in the comments down below, and I will definitely respond to you as quick as possible. Thank you, and have a great day.